I don't know.
No, man, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. I love how dismissive you were. Guess you'd call him a DJ or something.
But yeah, man, it really is a flip of you are like in that community specifically, you as a person are not the focal point. Whereas in all other traditional, by traditional, I just mean any music before that.
Like when people played instruments, you mean?
Yeah. Like you are a performer and you are like part of the show. Like you are supposed to be part of the focal point. Whereas that really changed with the like EDM DJs and stuff like that, where you are not the focal point. People are supposed to focus on the music or, you know, whatever you're making, which
the vibe in the room, man, the love.
Well, it's kind of it's
the lube that keeps us all together.
It's an interesting point because what does that say if you were supposed, like you yourself were supposed to be the focal point before, but the music became the entire focal point after?
I don't know if I'm taking what you're saying the right way, but the way that I take it is that DJs figured out the ultimate grift, and it was like here in Alaska, there's all these people that want to come up here for like real life experiences. And there's so many jobs that you could get people to pay you to do. So it's like, I need an outhouse. And people are like, I've always wanted to learn how to build an outhouse. And they'll pay you $50 an hour to come to Alaska and learn how to build an outhouse, you know? So it's like, I'll give you the money, but I'll be the one who like has the experience and like makes it good for everybody else. Because like, I don't know if I tied that together like quite correctly. Probably not. But like the crowd, what I'm saying is the crowd is doing the work for the DJ. People are going back to that DJ because the crowd is so fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the crowd, it's like, oh, it was so much fun. When I was there was just so many great people. And maybe that DJ brings in the right crowd. Maybe they set the tone. Mm-hmm. Right. But at the end of the day, maybe we're just being fucking old crotchety fucking guitar players. You know?
I don't think you're wrong. Like you have a point that the crowd experience is much more important in that scenario.
And that's why so much goes into lights and like there's fuckers because they know that people are on ecstasy. They fucking pump in hot air. And then they blast cold air, and then like they're fucking with people's like, and don't get me wrong, it's spectacular, you know, for the like crowd experience and for being high on drugs and in the middle of it, it's great for everybody. But it's not true musicianship through like the vibrations of sound waves. It's like manipulation of like dopamine. Is actually what it is, you know.
It's a sensory experience rather than appreciating actually like musicianship and like what people can accomplish.
Yeah, but like I don't want to be so snide about it because at the same time, like where we based this conversation off of was getting older, and maybe part of this new evolution is getting more connected. The thing that worries me about getting more connected is that it relies on electricity, and electricity is not constant, right? So we keep building our lives more and more and more into this web of human connection through things that we can't experience physically, like the internet, right? Like this, I know people in Africa. No, you fucking like type 7 words to somebody in Africa once, like on a fucking like what, but like we feel so connected. And the moment that the electricity shuts down, where does that leave us? We'll still have acoustic guitars. We'll still have drum sets.
Yeah.
We'll still have fucking vocals, you know, but where is this interweaving web of electricity that supposedly brings us all closer together? Like, we are creating a universal mind that is reliant on a system that cannot power itself.
Interesting. I wish I had more to add to that. That's a hell of a fucking closer, dude. But
well, thank you everybody for listening. I'll be here next week.
Well, I'm thinking that's where it's going, because we've already been going for quite a while. This is probably going to be a long episode. But
when we started getting into this last part, I was like, we could almost make this fucker 2 parts, because we're getting scientific and shit, and I'm getting excited right now.
Well, that being said, thank you all for listening. This has been the Loose Stool with Matt Nic. I've been Matt. He's been Nick.
All the time.
Yeah,
the whole time. God damn it! I was just waiting for you to steal my line again, and
I left the spot because
I know you were holding your hands up, and I'm just sitting here. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you what I was doing. I was taking pride, very selfishly, and very like I'm not proud that I did it, but I was literally sitting here thinking about how smart I just sounded. That's what I was doing.
I wanted to give you the spot and make sure.
I know. Dude, I'm not lying. I was sitting here going, man, I just sounded good right now.
All right, guys. Well, if you'd like to follow us on social media, that is at Loose Stool Pod on Twitter. If you'd like to buy us our next beer, we would be ever so grateful. That is the Loose Stool Podcast on patreon.com. And make sure you like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. That will ensure you know when this shit comes out.
Even go to platforms you don't listen to and like and subscribe. That would help us out.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, go ahead and do that too. Why not? But
well, you got nothing to do. We know it.
Just as much as we don't. We hope you creeps are doing well, and we'll see you next time.